Finally, we have some good news for CM Punk. After years of getting his ass whipped by Samoa Joe in the UFC, in Mayans MC, finally CM Punk gets a victory. He defeats Samoa Joe on the 4th attempt of asking, but the bad news is the match didn't mean shit. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here for your AEW Collision review. CM Punk finally beats Samoa Joe, and he beats him in a match in a dumb tournament that is irrelevant, that is going nowhere, in the semi-finals of all places. Why did they have these two meet in the semi-finals? I do not know. And why the heck did the Punk get his first win over Joe in the semis of a worthless tournament by a roll-up nonetheless? Again, makes even less sense. And I seen JD from New York talking on Twitter, tweeting on Twitter about how this is great, how this makes a lot of sense, how this is great wrestling. No, it's not. He says that this was perfect. They booked it the right way. CM Punk winning by a roll-up. No, they didn't book it the right way. CM Punk gets his first win over Samoa Joe, and it's a throwaway semi-final match of a tournament that, in reality, no offence to Owen Hart, doesn't really mean nothing. This tournament means absolutely hee-haw. And yeah, I get it. They're probably going to have another match. Samoa Joe attacks CM Punk after the match. It's going to set up another feud. I get that. It's going to have another match. But surely you would want CM Punk and Samoa Joe to have a match on a bigger scale. So when Punk does win on the big match, he's getting his first win over Samoa Joe. Now Punk's already beat Joe, so when they do have that big match, that's going to take one of those elements away, because you can work around that. They can have a big match maybe for the title, and one of the talking points can be, oh, Punk's never beat Joe. Punk's never beat Joe. But now when they do have the big match, when it is Punk versus Joe 5, it's going to be, well, it's not really that important, because CM Punk's already won one. It's went from being, I believe, 2 wins for Joe and a draw, and now it's 2 wins for Joe, a draw, and a win for CM Punk. So now CM Punk is pretty much in this fight. After we've been told for 18 years he can't beat Samoa Joe, all of a sudden he can beat Samoa Joe because he's already beaten him. He beats him by roll-up. And like I say, that just takes away from a potential big match between these two. You can't even look at the point of view, well, oh, CM Punk can't beat Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's unbeatable when he's facing CM Punk. You can't even go down that story now, because Punk's already beat him in a match that meant shit. So yeah, how is this good booking? How does this make perfect sense? It fucking doesn't. It does not make any sense, but, I mean, whatever. That's what they've done. Let's talk about the first match. So, well, actually, no, for the first match, CM Punk came out in street clothes. He talked about Owen Hart. He said that without Owen Hart, he and a lot of other guys wouldn't be here. And I get it. Look, he's trying to put over the Owen Hart tournament. He's kissing Owen Hart's ass. And look, I liked Owen Hart. Owen Hart was a good wrestler. It's a shame that he's dead. Tragic accident. I get all of that. But I don't think Owen Hart is the reason Punk's here. I don't think Owen Hart is the reason a lot of people in the back are here. I'm just not buying that at all. I think there's very few wrestlers that have had that much of an impact on someone and that much of an influence on someone that they are the reason they are in wrestling. And there might be a couple of wrestlers, but I don't think Owen Hart is that guy. I don't think there's anybody wrestling today only based on the pure fact that Owen Hart was a wrestler. Is Punk one of those guys? I don't think so. Not at all, in my opinion. But Punk claims that yes, he touches a trophy, not because he believes he should be the winner, and not because he believes he should win this tournament, but because he knows he's going to do it and he's going to earn the right to touch the trophy. So Punk touches a trophy, and that is it. Up next, first match of the night, we got Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs with QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Harley Cameron. Who the fuck is Aaron Solo? Doesn't matter. Ricks wins after a bit of confusion between Powerhouse Hobbs and QT Marshall. I think Ricky Starks' spear doesn't look good. It looks more like a takedown. Very weird looking spear, and it was enough to beat Powerhouse Hobbs. I didn't like it. I mean, the match was okay. I just think the guy could work on his spear a little bit. It's different from a usual spear, so I mean, I'll give him a bit of credit, but it didn't look that impactful, to be honest. It almost looks like Powerhouse Hobbs is countering it, so it's a weird looking spear, but whatever. Ricky Starks wins. Then after the match, Powerhouse Hobbs and QT Marshall are having a little argument. Hobbs pushes Marshall, looks like he's going to do something to Marshall, but then Harley Cameron gets in the way, and it looks like maybe Powerhouse Hobbs was getting seduced by Harley Cameron. So Harley Cameron works on Hobbs. She doesn't work on the champion guy, though. Not the champion. Who's the other guy? Who's the gay guy? Yeah, she stood in front of him and nothing fucking happened. She stood in front of Hobbs and Hobbs just shut down completely. So, Anthony Bowens, that's his name. Anthony Bowens. Anyway, match was okay. We then got... What did we get? We got Willow Nightingale backstage standing next to Athena. The match won't happen tonight. Willow Nightingale hasn't been cleared, but Willow Nightingale says that, you know, when she does get cleared next week for Rampage, she will beat Athena, and then she wouldn't mind taking away that pretty belt across her shoulder. Athena says that she'll never get cleared, and even if she does get cleared, she'll never beat her. And I'm just looking at this, and this is not appealing. You've got Willow Nightingale, who's a big, overweight, obese chick with flab hanging out, flab oozing all over her wrestling gear. And then you have Athena, who is this short, stocky, very unattractive looking chick, and you're like, why the hell would I care about these two? The question is, I don't. It's just unappealing. There's nothing here. There's no reason to care about this match. And I'll probably have somebody in the comments going, oh, you don't like these two because they're both black. Has nothing to do with that. But I thought I'd beat those losers to it. Since they're obsessed with race, I'll beat them at their own game. Anyway, we move on to the next match. Julia Hart, someone who is hot, versus an absolute jobber. Apparently, Julia Hart is 23 wins in a row now. Why? I have no fucking idea. I mean, she's hot, but 23 wins in a row. Why is she getting a big push? I'm not too sure. I mean, she's come a long way since the cheerleader that pretty much never wrestled. Now she is turning into like a big massive streak here. But when everybody has a streak, it kind of loses its appeal. Anyway, Julia Hart wins the match against this nobody. Then we got the Tag Team Championship Eliminator match. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. People will say this match was great. I thought it was way too long. And even the ending was a bit of a mistake from FTR. Dax Hardwood's getting pinned. Cash Wheeler comes in to break up the pin, and he had a great chance to break it up, but because one half of Bullet Club Gold wasn't looking, it meant that Cash Wheeler couldn't break it up because he wasn't supposed to break it up. So just looked botched in my opinion. Way too long. It wasn't even a tag team title match, and this match lasted about 20-25 minutes. I mean, what is the point? Why the fuck did they do this? This is an eliminator match, and now they're going to have another match next week, 2 out of 3 falls. It's like, are you serious? Why would you just give this match away when you're going to do the same match next week, but even fucking longer, because it's going to be 2 to 3 falls? I mean, it makes no sense. Honest to God, this just doesn't make any sense. It'd be like having a match and a fucking John Cena defending, like John Cena taking on, I don't know, fucking Shawn Michaels or something on Raw, then the very next Raw they have the world title match. It's like, no, we've already seen it once, we don't need to see it again. Why was this match so long? This match should have been shorter. Then they could have done a longer match next week when the titles were on the line, but no. Every match in AEW has to be long because all they care about is fucking wrestling. Then we got Scorpio Sky defeating Action Andretti. Scorpio Sky showed respect after the match and helped them up, so I mean, Jericho claims that he made Action Andretti a star. Fucking keep dreaming, Jericho. Maybe you need to reach for the stars, because you certainly never reached for Action Andretti. This guy's at the bottom of the fucking barrel. You have to scrape this guy out the barrel, man. This guy is stuck right to the bottom, the base of the barrel. Action Andretti is just stuck there like a big pile of dog shit. That's Action Andretti for you. I mean, I'd rather see a super action man or something like that. Action. I mean, he's not even got a gimmick. Like, why doesn't he come out? Should come out dressed like a fucking superhero. Action Andretti. Oh, it's Action Man. No, it's just some bum that likes to wrestle in tights. You know, it's like, whatever. What the hell ever. Then main event time, it was CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. In my opinion, probably the best match of the night. I just think it's dumb. I really think it's dumb that CM Punk finally got a win over Samoa Joe in a match that doesn't mean anything. So, Samoa Joe loses with a roll-up. Punk advances to the final, and it's Punk finally beats Joe. But he doesn't do it in a big match. He doesn't do it when the title's on the line. He doesn't do it when it really matters. He just does it to advance. And people will say, well, it does matter because he's advancing. Like, this tournament's irrelevant. This tournament doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't. You could have done a better match, a bigger match, and it would have felt more important. CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. with CM Punk never beating Samoa Joe. Now in the match, you can't even use that because CM Punk's beating Joe, Joe's beating Punk. It's just another fucking match. So, whatever. After Samoa Joe starts beating down Punk, he went to shake his hand, show him a little bit of respect, and he's like, nah, no respect, you just beat me, I don't respect you, you son of a bitch. And then Joe's beating up Punk. Commentator says, somebody needs to help Punk. I mean, why? Punk's a fucking grown man. Alright, Samoa Joe might be about 3 times his size because he's a fat bastard, but CM Punk's still a grown man. Why does he need somebody to help him? Yeah, but no worries, somebody does help him. FTR come out, they've already lost tonight, and I'm sure if they got in a match against Samoa Joe, or a pie-eating contest against Samoa Joe, they'd have probably lost again, but luckily for them, they came out, Samoa Joe left, they helped Punk to his feet, and then Ricky Starks came out on the top of the ramp, and he looked at Punk, and I guess that's it, guys. Is it going to be next week? I'm not too sure when the final is, but we do know the final will be CM Punk versus Ricky Starks. Look, I like the look of AEW Collision. There's no doubt about it. It definitely looks better than Dynamite. The fact that they've got Punk on it is a plus for me. Even when I don't dig the CM Punk promos, even when he comes out and I'm not really the dialogue, when I'm not getting the dialogue or the direction, I can still appreciate Punk because he is one of the better guys in wrestling on the mic, hands down. When CM Punk picks up a microphone, you listen. Even if you don't like it, even if you thought that promo sucked, or I didn't like the direction he went in that promo, or I didn't like the narrative he was pushing in that promo, even if you don't like a CM Punk promo, you still listen to it because he is one of those guys that just like captivates an audience, and when he speaks, we listen. So I give him credit, I give AEW Collision credit for that. I mean, the matches were okay. Even the tag match, the FTR one, it wasn't bad. It was just way too long to the point where I did get a bit bored. So, I mean, it was an okay show. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. It's the best AEW show on a weekly basis, so I'll give it that. And that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. 3 out of 10 for me. Punk versus Joe. Number 5. When will we see it? Will it be for the Ring of Honor World title? Who knows? Will AEW Collision get their own world title? Who knows? Andrade thinks it should, but Andrade also thinks that the ratings are great, so what does he know? That's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Being Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and peace.